Melvin.
Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's great to see you all. For those of you who don't know me already, my name is Melvin Xavier, and on behalf of the Cold Chain Connect team, I'd like to welcome you to our very first virtual conference. But before we start with the program, I would like to remind you of some house rules. First, if you could pin the program screen next to my window in the gallery view, you will see a box that says program. Please hover over it with your mouse, and on the top right, you will see 3 dots. And if I can ask you all to just click on that where it says pin video. And that would show you, that would effectively pin the video for today through the session, and everything that happens through the day will appear on that program screen. All right, to start things off, we'll have a 10-minute open mic session where I will call out some of you, and if you could just quickly introduce yourself. I did that briefly already, but now that the official program has begun, I would call some of you out, and if you could just quickly introduce yourself, your company, and where you're from. Just quickly to say hello and see how you are doing. This is something that we would typically have done at our opening cocktail. So we'll try and replicate that virtually. This will last for about 10 minutes, and then we will have various other programs lined up. I should say that the whole program today would last for a little over an hour. So let me see who is here today. Willie?
Hi, I'm Wael from Beirut, Lebanon. Hi, Melvin. Nice to see you after such a long time. Pleasure to be with CCC Group. I wish you all the best luck. I'm in Beirut, Lebanon. Anybody need any help from here, whether custom clearance, freight forwarding, we are ready to help. Thank you, Melvin, for having us around. It's been a long time.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Zahir. I am absolutely obliged and honored to have you here with us.
Best luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anna Ye from Taiwan.
Hi, everyone. It's Anna from Taiwan, Apollo Logistics. Very good to know all of you. And as a logistics service provider, our company has established over than 30 years right now. And besides the normal cargo, we are mainly handling the project cargo, which include the cold chain shipments. And also we also handle some project shipment as well. Very good to know everyone.
Well, great to see you, Anna, and enjoy the rest of the session.
Thank you.
Hi, Robert. How are you? It's been a while since we last met. Robert, are you with us?
Yes, hello. It's been a while indeed. Dublin seems more than a year ago now.
Yeah.
Welcome to all. This is Robert Snelson I'm the president from Woodland Global USA. We're pleased to join the network. Our membership was helped by Melvin to get through very quickly. We're sort of pretty much on the last minute, although we talked about it for a while. But we are a full service provider in the US, and we're based in 6 locations, all of the main conurbations. We're here. We have warehouse facilities. We have been involved in the refrigeration business for quite a number of years, and looking forward to expanding our association with everybody in the network. Thank you for inviting us to the meeting.
Yes, Robert, truly, I'm really happy to see you here, and I'm glad that we could fast track your application. So welcome to the network and the family.
Thank you.
Simon, how are you?
Melvin, hi.
How are you,
Hi,
Simon?
everyone. Very well, very well. Good to see everyone.
Quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Simon Barnes from Advantage Worldwide in the UK. Here to look after your needs in England, Wales, and Scotland.
Great, welcome to the session, and enjoy the rest of the day and also the next couple of days.
Will do. Thanks a lot.
Hi, Liang. How are you from Malaysia, Liang? We last met in Macau last year. How have you been? Lying, if you can quickly unmute yourself. Are you with us? Okay, maybe we could come back to him. Lying, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Lying, good to see you.
Yeah, first time I'm from Malaysia, like warehouses. We are providing full range of services. Our company have been here 50 years in Portland, right? So we would like to have all the partners in the group. To
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hi, Ewald. How are you? From the Dominican Republic.
Hello, my name is Evan Heinzen from Dominican Republic. Like everyone here, we specialize in cold chain. We have our own warehouse with 10,500 plus pallets positions opening up in February. We are a long-standing tradition family company from 1925 till up to date. We're agents for Hapag-Lloyd, Lufthansa Cargo, Condor. We also do LCL, FCL, CFCL, Project Cargo, courier service, last mile, anything you may need in the Dominican Republic, we are at your service.
Great to see you and welcome to the family.
Same here. Thank you.
Okay, I see Gerardo. Did I pronounce that correctly? Gerardo from Italy? Okay.
My name is Gerardo Federici. I'm from Iscotrans, Italy. We are a freight forwarding company with 44 years of experience, mainly project cargo and cold chain reefer containers. So if you are interested in Italian food or our wines, just contact me and we will find the best solution.
You had us at Italian food, and when you throw in wine as well, then that's a hard one to resist. So yeah, welcome on board.
Thank you very much. For me, it's the first time in this network, and I'm very interested to meet new friends and business partners.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Ashish Asaf, how are you?
Hi there. My name is Ashish Asaf. I'm the Managing Director and CEO of SA Consultants and Forwarders Private Limited, SA Group. We are into freight forwarding business for almost 20 years. We are India's leading neutral air freight forwarders. And yeah, we are placed in 7 locations in India. We do provide the freight forwarding, air freight forwarding. We handle quite a lot of perishable for one of the major meat customers in India, Alana, Ambrun, quite a few of them. So yeah, if you have any requirements in terms of handling your perishable from India, do let me know. One of my partners, Faisal, he's attending the Cold Chain Connect meetings and he's available during the conference. So yeah, have a great time, guys.
Great to have you here. And he's also one of our panelists, so we can chat with him a little more later. Maciej Wozniak from Poland, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. First thing I'm going to tell you something to my European friends. I'm sorry about Polish government, guys. They block the new budget. It's not our fault of Polish people, but well, I do sorry, all European friends. That's the first thing. We are the company from Poland, Gdynia. To be very honest, COVID surprised us a little bit. Surprised, I mean. It is very hard times, and we apart from forwarding perishables or dry containers, we started to trade with stones. So we are trying to make some business on on some different ways of activity. Hello to everybody. we are in Poland, we know the business, and we're ready to work with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Welcome to the group. Christina. Christina, hi, how are you?
Hey, how
We
are
haven't
you?
met before. Maybe you can just quickly introduce yourself.
My name is Christina Homolova, and I'm coming from ABC AirC. It's a privately owned company established in early 80s. We are located in 17 countries, and we have over 60 offices. We do AirC, warehousing, everything. I was not part of this conference before because usually my colleague Agnieszka Dereko, which is the director of Reefer, is joining. She's here as well, together with another colleague, Karol Homola, and we will, all three of us, participate next 3 days.
Yeah, it's great to have you with us, Agnes. Of course, we interacted with her last year in Macau, and it was great to have her. Xavier, how are you, sir? Xavier Ripoll from Able Freight in the US.
Good morning, everybody, or good evening, I'm not sure. It's 6:10 in the morning here in Los Angeles, and nice to meet everybody. Thank you, Melvin and the CCC, the Cold Chain Connect team, for creating this event virtual. And I am the marketing director for Able Freight, based in Los Angeles. I've been with Able Freight for over 19 years. I was previously based in Singapore for 12 years. And I came from Singapore to LA to join Able Freight. Able Freight today, we are over 400 people, I mean, staff, full-time staff that dedicate the time to the 24/7 in the transportation of perishable and some pharma. So we are very specialized. We like to call ourselves the experts because that's all we do. Able Freight, we are only 6 locations on the West Coast USA, San Francisco, Los Angeles, as well as in Hawaii, Honolulu and Kona, the Big Island. And then we also expanded 13 years ago in Mexico, where we have 2 operations in Guadalajara and Mexico City. Able Freight, our focus is air freight export. We managed last year 90,000 tons to plus 60 countries. And we are very into quality, service, and also 2021, we are looking at a new world. We see COVID, you know, looking at the positive side, we see a lot of opportunities, and more so when you look at the vaccines and what it's needed, but also the food. We know we are over 8 billion people on this planet, and they are forecasting 3 more billion. And the produce is very is the what connects everybody, and we want to do it better. We're here to change the way the perishable is managed around the world by air, and we see in everybody some very you know, we are not gonna you know, open offices all over the world. We don't think in this fashion. We have invested in a technology with an application called Data Hub that connects our activity end-to-end visibility for the customers, and for that a network is needed, and we look forward to participate in any needs that you have, as we have a lot on our plate and we're here to help. And lots of beautiful things ahead.
Great, Xavier, thank you, and welcome on board. I'm sorry, but I'm out of time now, so I can't take another one. I can't take another caller, but I'm truly happy to see you all here with us, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the session. So next up, we have prepared a short presentation with our network updates and a quick recap of what we've been up to this past year. If we can have that roll now.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the CCC team, it is our pleasure to welcome you all to our very first virtual meeting. This has truly been an exceptional year on all fronts. And if there's one thing this year has shown us, then it is the realization that logistics and freight forwarding is one of the backbone industries for us to survive and thrive. Earlier this year, we saw everything from lockdowns, shutdowns, and panic buying of perishables. It brought us as transporters of perishables to the forefront. We were expected to carry and deliver food supplies through the pandemic to ensure that the shelves in our supermarkets were stocked. And we did. We stepped up and delivered perishables globally.
We're all immensely proud of our community. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your tireless efforts in providing your essential services during these critical times. Before I begin with the network updates for this year, I will guide you through the agenda for today and the following 2 days. Today's virtual meeting will last about an hour or so with the following program: new member introductions, our intranet launch, followed by a live Q&A on the new normal, a 5-minute break, our keynote address, a live electronic draw for the post tag and win contest, followed by the official CCC after movie, and a closing cocktail. The next 2 days will be dedicated for face-to-face meetings, for which you have already scheduled your meetings through our face-to-face app. Your actual meetings will be conducted over Skype. Moving on to our latest news and updates, global coverage, and new members. We have a total of 62 member stations in more than 35 countries, having added 26 new members from 19 countries since the last conference, and I would like to warmly welcome our new members to the CCC family. We have unlocked 11 new territories this year and welcome members from Brazil, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Macau, Oman, Qatar, Romania, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Sweden, Ukraine, and USA. Earlier this year, we exhibited at the Fruit Logistica Berlin with our founding members, Cargo Movers, PWL Worldwide, and Access International. We caught up with some of our other members and met some new potential partners. We even hosted a cocktail to celebrate the reunion. Later that month, I was at the Gulf Food in Dubai with SA Forwarding, CD Freight, Share Logistics, Oprimo, and Able Freight. To wrap the year, I also had the opportunity to visit our member in Turkey, Arrivatrans. COVID has certainly impacted our daily lives, but it will not stop us from reaching out to you and to continuously look for new ways to connect the CCC community. We have kept ourselves busy this year by developing 2 new networking applications, the intranet and scheduler app. We will get into more details with the intranet in our next session. We were keen to speed up our development of virtual connectivity solutions during this time, as a means for us to stay close with one another virtually, and for our community to continue to grow and foster lasting bonds. Please ensure to add your partners on Skype for your seamless face-to-face meetings tomorrow.
Thank you for your continuous support to the CCC. Stay healthy and safe during these times. Enjoy the next few days of face-to-face meetings, and I look forward to welcoming you in person soon. Thank you.
As you've just seen from my presentation, we have added 28 new members this year alone during the pandemic. And that's a testimony to the strength and importance of food logistics and perishables during these times. And now I'd like to give the opportunity for some of our newer members to properly introduce themselves and help us in welcoming them to our perishable freight community.
Hi, My name is Kevin Versala. I'm the Senior Business Development Manager for C-Frigo Belgium. C-Frigo has its head office based in Le Havre, France, where it is founded about 40 years ago by Mr. Eric Barbet, who is currently still our CEO. C-Frigo has offices in about 25 countries all over the globe, where we can handle both air and sea logistics. We are dedicated in regards to perishable logistics. C-Frigo also has their own cold stores in place on various destinations all over the globe. C-Frigo is also able to provide an LCL reefer service out of Europe to multiple destinations globally, where in Asia and also to US. We are very excited to be a member of the Cold Chain Connection, and we are eagerly to learn each and every one of you. Bye-bye.
Macan Logistics in Macau was established in 2015 and have franchises in Macau, Hong Kong, and Zhuhai Hengqin. We're expert in the cold chain logistics in Macau with 20 river trucks, 10,000 square feet cold store warehouse, and more than 100 staffs. A total of 300 delivery points is throughout Macau on daily basis. Our mission is to customize a logistics solution that suits your business.
Good day to you all. This is Willy from Share Logistics Amsterdam, the Fresh Department. We can help you with all your shipments of veterinary and phytosanitary products. We are doing on a daily basis fish, meat, cuttings, flowers, fruits and vegetables, and all kinds of foodstuffs and animal products. We want to show you around, so let's go quick to our warehouse facilities. As you can see, we are one of the few companies at the airport with our own -18 cold room. And we have different cold storage rooms with different temperatures, of course. We have our own inspection facility for phytosanitary products, both import and export, for almost anything you can imagine. We have our own vans and trucks chilled to deliver your goods and to distribute. So do not hesitate to contact us with any of your needs at Amsterdam Airport.
Hello, my name is Agnes Berekov. I'm Corporate Director of Temperature Controlled Logistics at ABC. We are presented for CCC in Austria, Romania, and Sweden. With 20 years of experience in transport and logistics solutions for food and reefer cargo, I'm in charge of our foodstuffs and perishable services on corporate level. I have built up a team of specialists who handle transports of temperature-sensitive goods by air, sea, and road. My team optimizes business processes to fulfill the compliance of GDP and meet the high demands of our customers. I'm happy to meet all of you at our first virtual CCC conference. See you.
Hi, my name is Sarah Walker. I'm from Saks Logistics in South Africa. We are based in Cape Town, and our main areas of expertise are cold chain and perishable logistics within Africa, project logistics, as well as liquid bulk, being agents of both Trust, Flexi bags, and Funenbosch ISO tags in South Africa. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you during the online conference and collaborating together in future.
How are you, everyone? My name is Casey Kim, President of Union Logistics Korea. I am very happy to know the partners through Cold Chain Connect platform. And also pleased to introduce my company to Cold Chain Connect members. I'm doing freight forwarding business for 30 years. I work for Shipping 9, KMTC for 12 years, and Yusen Air, Japanese freight forwarder. Union Logistics was established in 2001 and 35 staff working in Union. Our main service is air freight, sea freight, warehousing 3PL, cold chain service, e-commerce cargo handling. We are specialized in duty-free cargo and cold chain service. We are moving many Korean food to Southeast Asia and North America, such as kimchi, mandu, bibimbap, Korean noodle as reefer container. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in virtual conference. I wish COVID-19 end very soon. hope to meet each other face to face. Please stay healthy and safe. Goodbye.
Good day, everyone. My name is Xavier Ripoll. I'm the marketing director with Able Freight. We are located in the US and in Mexico. We've been active for over 27 years and have today over 400 employees. We dedicate our time to serve the perishable industry, mostly by air from US and Mexico to all the key markets around the world. We are delighted to take part of this Cold Chain Connect conference and are looking forward to develop a new relationship, and we look forward to do some alignment and work together. Thank you.
Hi, we are Transworld Logistics and Shipping Services out of New Jersey, US. We've been here since 2002. We are a part of Transworld Group of companies, which are almost a 43-year-old company and one of the largest feeder operators out of Indian subcontinent. In the US, we specialize in all aspects, handling all aspects of logistics, and we look forward to working with you very, very closely. One of our very special aspect of our business is global networking, and we ensure that our partners really enjoy a very reliable and transparent relationship with us. Thank you. Looking forward to meeting all of you very soon. Thanks, bye.
Welcome to Timely Shipping and Air Freight Corporation, TMC in Vietnam. TMC was established in 1998 and has over 22 years experiences in handling sea and air shipments, especially perishable cargo such as frozen seafood, pharmaceutical, fruits and vegetables. Let's see our short video about our strengths. We are pleased to join in Cold Chain Connect virtual conference. We look forward to seeing all of you soon.
Hi, and a good day to all of our Cold Chain partners. I just wanted to make a quick introduction. My name is Kevin Brady. I'm the Global Business Development Director for Woodland, based here in Ireland. I just want to give you a few facts about the Woodland Group. We're 32 years in existence with some 750 personnel, with offices in global fulfillment centers in Ireland, UK, US, and also have an office in Hong Kong. Our food and beverage division is a strong vertical for us, where we're offering temperature controlled air and ocean services, across really what is a broad range of clients. Actually, Woodland Island did become members last year. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend the inaugural conference in Macau, but very much looking forward to meeting and discussing with all the partners this week. Just a little bit of news off the press. Woodland US has actually just confirmed their membership this year, so we will have a couple of our US guys who will be attending a couple of days. So they're really looking forward to that. Both Woodland Island and Woodland US really look forward to discussing opportunities with the partners this week. So look forward to seeing you then, and have a great day. Cheers. Bye bye.
Okay, a very warm welcome to each one of you and our 20 other members who weren't able to send their video introductions. You are all family now, and I wish you a good year of networking. Moving on, I briefly mentioned about our network community app in our network updates. Now, we will be launching it this year after our conference, and we have prepared a quick 3-minute video to explain what this application can do for you and our community. So here it is.
What is the intranet all about? Previously, all our network information was decentralized.
Only one person per company had access to the agency list. The messaging system was a mix of different kinds of content. We didn't have a social wall for all of us to share stories with fellow members worldwide. This is how we came to the idea to combine all our network information into one app that members can use 24/7 from breakfast to bedtime. Now the agency list is in your pocket so that you can message agents in real time anywhere. And when you start shipments, follow your partners to track any changes in their profile or payment status. The app also has a social wall where you get various updates from the network and from partners from all over the world. Whenever you need an agent recommendation, we now have an exclusive section where you can post an agent request for partners to share personal contacts right here. With unlimited users per company, the entire company should be part of this app. From customer service, sales, operations to business development.
Because a strong network is a connected community at all times.
Thanks, Chris and Nils, for that. As I mentioned earlier, we will be rolling out this app after the conference, and we will send you your login credentials. All our members, of course, will have exclusive access to this app, and we look forward to having you all on it. It's free to download and use. Make use of it. It's a powerful one and an important way to communicate, and I believe it will change the way we connect in the future. All right, moving on to our next segment, we will proceed to our live Q&A session. We have invited 3 panelists to take part in our Q&A. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them and quickly introduce them. We have Ashish Asaf from SA Consulting and Forwarding in Delhi. We have Deidre de Klerk from the Go Global Group. That's a bit of a twin thruster. We have Kevin Brady from the Woodland Group in representing Ireland. Thank you, and let's get started. Okay, so if I can start off with Kevin. Kevin, are you with us? Can you hear us? Kevin, are you with us? Maybe we should test their mics very quickly before we begin. Kevin, are you with us? We can't hear you. Maybe you can quickly try and fix your mic. Ashish, are you with us?
Yes,
okay,
very
you're
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deidre?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Marvin?
You can hear, okay, we can hear you as well, so it's all good. Kevin? Have you been able to sort out your mic? Yeah, I think Kevin is still having some trouble, so we'll leave it to him to fix that. Deidre, maybe we can start off with you with the first question. How has COVID impacted your business and in particular the perishables vertical in a positive and negative way?
Thank you, Marvin, for the opportunity. Firstly, very fortunately, we are classified as an essential services company, and our core business is perishable cargo, mostly fruit. And fortunately, with the type of virus that COVID is, fruit is seen as something that's beneficial for your health. And we actually had a very good year in terms of South African export of South African fruit to the Northern Hemisphere in its entirety. So whilst the impact is terrible on the world, on the people of the world and of Africa and South Africa, us as a company, we fortunately moved great volume. We've been very blessed. In the Global Group, we have 9 different companies, business units, and with the exception of maybe 2 of them, we all did exceptionally well because fresh fruit is our core business. So we're very grateful for that. And we're also very grateful that South Africa went into a hard lockdown very early. So we, percentage-wise, our cases and our deaths, fortunately, thankfully, are very small. So overall, COVID didn't impact us negatively in terms of the volume exported. It of course impacted relationship-wise. We learned that we couldn't get by with a lot less international travel. And a lot of our staff could work from home. However, we also realized that that was good up to a point. But you cannot take away that benefit of sitting face to face with somebody and forming a relationship and understanding and relating to each other that you can do across the desk or across the table. So, yeah, we're looking forward to, I don't know if you want me to speak any further.
Okay, great. Ashish, maybe you want to take over and talk about the impact it's had on your business and especially on the perishable side of things and generally its positives and negatives.
Yeah, of course, Melvin, being in logistics business is the biggest positive during these unprecedented times. And essentials and farmer-related movements were happening even during lockdown stages, isn't it? Vis-a-vis many other industries, logistics remained active and alive during the course of the pandemic, bringing challenges to innovate further in terms of sustainable and uninterrupted supply chains. In terms of negativity, I would say in terms of cash flow exposure increased heavily due to the escalation in freight rates when the margins didn't improve that much, which is a negative impact in terms of business. Volumes also dwindled during initial lockdown phase. Probably the air freight rates shall move further northward as currently ocean freight rates have flared up globally due to lesser deployment of capacity and equipment imbalance on many key trade lanes. Yes, it is a bountiful time for carriers which are carrying lesser volumes and making higher profit. Positive situation for air freight carriers and few carriers as well. That's my take on this.
Okay, great. Thanks. Kevin, have you been able to fix your mic?
Can you hear me? Aha. Hi. I thought you were just muting me. Keep me quiet, Mel, yeah?
Right.
Good afternoon, guys and ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Yeah. The positives. We start with the positives, I guess. I think, I think it's something you mentioned earlier, Mel, actually, which I think is brilliant, is that I think we're all now globally looked upon as an essential business, right? And something which is really holding supply chains together. So I think we've all got to take a positive from that. I think that's a really good positive thing in what's been a pretty crap year. Let's all agree to that, yeah. But I mean, I think from a Woodland Group point of view, we've actually, and you're nearly frightened to say this, actually, we're having a really good year, but we're probably going to have a record year as a business. I guess you've just got to be careful of what company you're in when you say that. But yeah, I mean, our business for the last 4 or 5 months has gone through the roof. Obviously, we do a lot of PPE as well, which has done really performed well for us. F&B, again, very strong, especially in and out of the US. Sure, has certainly been a bright spot. We've got a couple of guys on the call here who I'm sure will be talking to the partners as well. But yeah, F&B certainly for us, beverage, chill, reefer work, we certainly be a core area. I think on the negative side, I thought about this, and I think really, I think we've got to say the strain on our people. I think it's been a really tough year for all our staff, right? Everybody's in a surreal situation, and everybody's struggling in a lot of cases. So I think we learned a lot through this period about how we've really got to treat our people and really look after our people in all this situation. So I think that I like to think we've learned a lot of lessons there. And obviously the one thing which is a major problem at the minute, I'm sure we're going to touch on, is the space in Europe. That's been that's been and is I'm reading emails here, and the situation is deteriorating by the minute, I think. So I think certainly the equipment space, certainly out of Asia, has been a massive, and still is a massive challenge for us.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, maybe we can move on to our next question then. What do you think are some of the changes that you believe will stay with us after the pandemic? Deidre, we can start with you again. Deidre, can you hear us?
No, she's muted.
Okay.
It's just the mute and unmute is controlled from your side, Melvin. So okay, I'm open now.
Okay.
As I said, I think there's a lot of functions within all of our companies which we have realized don't need to be on site.
Right.
So, and I suppose that is only really effective if you have the correct management reports and material in order to ensure that your deliverables are still being met properly. Also, I think international travel, we've all done our business, and as we've heard, in a lot of times way better than previous years without international travel since Berlin, I think. And the same goes for us. But by the same token, I do believe that the face-to-face meetings and negotiations and things are not replaceable forever. I think you're going to need to have your face-to-face meetings, and then you can have some virtual meetings. But I don't think it will replace face-to-face meetings entirely. I think it's going to do so for a while still. What happens in the rest of the world, and it's the same for every country, has a direct impact on what happens to me or to us or to any other company. So we're only as good, our supply chains are only good as long as people have buying power.
Sure.
So if the rest of the world goes into a complete lockdown and people lose their jobs, as has been happening on a large scale in many places, are they still going to be able to import? What are they going to import? Medicines, probably, firstly, and then foodstuffs. So I think we need to be responsible going forward, because quite honestly, none of us really know how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of uncertainty. I think we need to be very responsible. We need to be very proactive. We need to protect our staff and our companies wherever we can, and still deliver a top-class service where we're fortunate enough to still have a demand. I think it's not the time to be complacent. I think it's not the time to be arrogant. I think it's a time to be very, very grateful and to make sure we do what we do in the best and most cost-effective way for our clients.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Ashish?
Yeah.
What do you think are the changes that will stay on in business and life?
Okay. probably a lifestyle adjustment is the phase we are going through, I believe. And a lot of people have downsized their operations and stuff like that. But then what I feel is that downsizing is not the right word. I would say right sizing, is something we should all look at, in post-pandemic scenario, the thanks will force society, businesses to accept restraints on mass consumer culture as a reasonable price to pay to defend ourselves against future contagions and similar disasters. Post-World War, for decades, humans were having an outsized appetite for an ever-expanding swath on the planet with our industrial and commercial activities, which shall now go into a reset mode. Probably a new set of business industries may emerge with a conscious approach on the environmental impact. Probably it is a good time for humanity to think about sustainable progress in real terms, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I give this question some thought, actually, and I think really the thing I wanted to mention today was, I think, the real change which is happening now with regard to the single sourcing situation, a lot of products in China, for instance, right? Especially with what's happened with COVID and what we're seeing unfolding here, right? So certainly from a Woodland point of view, we're going to be giving a lot of focus to that, right? Because already a lot of our customers are asking us or talking about de-risking their supply chain by, especially these guys who are single sourcing in China at the moment, to look at other areas, whether that be Turkey, Eastern Europe, even Southeast Asia, I suppose, to that extent. So I think the whole supply chain risk management side, I think, creates an opportunity for, I think, everyone on this call, actually. That if we're close with our customers and we're consulting, talking to the customers, we can work with them, to assist them in sourcing, or resourcing in different areas. So I think that change is not coming. I think it's already here. So I think really as an opportunity, I think we've got, the right approach to clients. Certainly a lot of our clients are talking about it already. But for someone just to have a strategy or a policy to source only in China, I think the end is going forward.
Right. Yeah. So the last question that I have here is, when do you think that business would go to pre-pandemic levels? But as we already know from a couple of you, that the business has probably never been better. So maybe you can tell us if you see business, let's say, changing, and if what is then the new norm going forward? And do you see the perishable industry now at the forefront and the leader vertical in the logistics business? So do you want to go back to pre-pandemic levels? And do you see things changing in the coming year? Idra.
Personally, Melvin, I don't think there's going to be much change in the very near future. With various vaccines becoming available and potentially some effective treatments, I think it will start to get better, but I think it's going to be probably about 6 months before we see anything starting to go the other way again. Quite honestly, I think it's still getting worse before it's going to get better.
Right.
In terms of the prevalence of the virus and the fact that they can't make the vaccine quick enough for everyone to get it within the next 6 months. Not going to happen. Fortunately, our products, the perishable products, are in demand. I can't see for at least 2 years that we're going to go back to anything remotely resembling our pre-pandemic normal. And quite honestly, I think it's going to take a lot longer than that. But I think normal is not going to look like it looked a year ago.
Sure.
I don't think normal is going to look like that again.
Right.
Probably for the foreseeable future.
Sure. Ashish?
Yeah, Melvin, as SA Group, we are in a much better position now than we were before pandemic. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we are lucky to be in the logistics business. That was one of the few businesses which was really doing well, because obviously it has its own challenges though, because of lack of flights available. But I would say, as a overall perspective, an unplanned complete halt of all business operations has already led to a strain in the cash position and working capital. Businesses are likely to require additional liquidity support to restart once the situation normalizes and operation reach optimum levels, to be honest. Hence, to recover and thrive shall require a couple of quarters more to our country. Also, depends on the response and policies here to meticulous implementation by government, banks, financial institutions. I'm saying probably 2022 third quarter can be a time frame to recover back to economic indicators to pre-COVID levels in the country. This is what I feel. But off late, in fact, yesterday I was reading an article wherein, it was really positive to see that India's economy by next year, they're saying that we'll grow by 8.3%, which is quite commendable, to be honest. And the way we are recovering from being the lowest performing country in the world, the economy in the world, negative 24%, we are recovering quite fast. And keeping my fingers crossed though.
Okay. Yeah, glad to hear. Kevin?
Yeah, I think, it's a $6 million question, isn't it? I think really from an Irish point of view, I just checked there the other day, 13 billion euros worth of export on food and beverage, which is significant for a very small island, right? And I think I was trying to get through this conversation without mentioning Brexit. Well, I'm sorry, but I have to mention the B word, and I see Simon smiling there and shaking his head. I haven't heard the news this morning. I don't know if there's a decision being made, but I think that's the biggest challenge for Ireland is Ireland's biggest trading partner is the UK, and it depends which way this vote goes, which is we're supposed to be getting any time now. I think that's absolutely going to be the biggest challenge. When you think, we got meat, dairy, alcohol, seafood would probably be the top exporters. And, I've seen a lot of press about, probably over the last couple of years where Irish exporters have actually, found new clients outside of the EU. So they're sort of de-risking that situation, but it's still going to be massive. If there's a no deal, it's a massive problem for Ireland. It's a massive problem. So I think that's certainly the biggest challenge on the horizon for Irish sector.
Great. Thank you all for your insights. And that pretty much concludes the panel discussion. Thanks again for your contribution, your opinions and views on the new normal. And I'm sure everyone agrees that it was good to see perspectives from different markets around the globe. Moving on to our next quick segment, as you can probably see, I have a virtual background with the CCC logo on the top right corner. This is something that we can create for you to use during your virtual meetings. And if you'd like to have that virtual background and place your logo and the design, please get in touch with our team and we'd be happy to do it for you. And not just for the virtual meetings, but it's something also that you could use for your meetings, company corporate meetings, and it's something that naturally looks professional and is going to stick with us for some time to come. Okay, we'll now move on to a quick 5-minute break for you to grab a drink, use the washroom, but please don't go away. When you come back, we'll have Mark Miller with his keynote presentation and Bahadur from Turkish Airlines to talk about their vaccine preparedness, and followed by a fun section where we will host a live draw to determine the winner from the social media post and win contest. And finally, our event highlight video from our first conference. So please stay on, get a coffee or a beer or whatever else is your drink, and I'll see you right back in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. I don't think I've seen all of those pictures before, and it was great to just catch up on these memories. It makes us realize how much we miss attending a real conference and networking with each other. And I hope that will happen very soon. Next up, we have a keynote presentation by Mark Miller. His topic today is the impact of COVID on global supply chain. Mark Miller now is an internationally acclaimed keynote speaker and respected authority on supply chain and logistics, and the author of the widely acclaimed book, Global Supply Chain Ecosystems. You can have that roll now.
Hello, this is Mark Miller, author of the book, Global Supply Chain Ecosystems. I am pleased to be able to share with you my thoughts and insights about the COVID-19 impact on global supply chains. We are now on the cusp of a thrilling new era for supply chain. This coronavirus crisis has vividly exposed the profound interdependencies in today's global supply chain ecosystems and powerfully demonstrated the intrinsic risks in our complex, connected, volatile world. In this presentation, I will explore the supply chain ramifications of COVID-19, which is already proving to be a super accelerator of some pre-existing megatrends, including globalization shifts, digital disruption, and the e-commerce frenzy. The next normal will be characterized by uncertainty. But what is certain is that this virus will have significant supply chain implications, both over the short-term 12 to 18 months, but also over the subsequent 2 to 3 year medium term, such that supply chain 2025 will be substantially different on multiple dimensions. The initial impact of COVID-19 was supply-side gridlock, as mainland China went into a coronavirus-induced hibernation just after the extended Chinese New Year holidays. This resulted in global shortages of components and products, making it powerfully and painfully apparent just how global supply chains have become inextricably dependent upon China. COVID then embarked on its own globalization journey, spreading fear and uncertainty around the world as healthcare systems became overwhelmed. Widespread lockdowns ensued, with shops and businesses closing. High street retail came to an abrupt halt, triggering the most dramatic collapse in demand. The exceptions, of course, being medical supplies and equipment, which experienced an unprecedented surge in demand. As consumers became unable or unwilling to venture out of their homes, shopping for groceries and household essentials moved online en masse, turbocharging the e-commerce frenzy and generating unparalleled volume growth in small packages for home deliveries. Then, just as China started to reopen their economy and factories were getting back to work, production orders were getting cancelled due to excess inventories and lack of demand. And so global supply chains ground to a halt. As these extraordinary supply chain shocks reverberated around the world, companies are being forced to urgently reevaluate their sourcing strategies, business models, and distribution channels. This inevitably resurfaced discussions about the relocation of offshored production. Let's recap. Nearshoring is the relocation of production activities closer to the market where the products are going to be consumed. Onshoring, also known as reshoring, is one step further, whereby production is moved back into the country where the goods are going to be consumed. These are not new topics. Recall other huge supply chain shocks such as the Fukushima earthquake, the Iceland volcano, and the Thailand floods. They all triggered animated nearshoring discussions, championing the need to relocate production closer to the final consumption markets. However, what typically happens is that enthusiasm for change tends to dissipate as things soon get back to normal, and companies realize the actual enormity of truly reconfiguring their supply chains. But this time is different. This time, I believe, nearshoring will become more than just talk for a number of reasons. Firstly, this COVID crisis is much more severe in impact and global in reach than previous supply chain shocks. The consequences from a supply chain perspective will be much deeper, much wider, much more long-lasting. Secondly, this COVID predicament is intertwined with massive geopolitical tensions between the world's superpowers, tensions which have already triggered some companies to relocate the production of their US-destined products in order to avoid the US tariffs on China-sourced imports. And thirdly, with the continuing growth in emerging markets and the increase in intra-regional trade, globalization had already become somewhat stalled. And so with the increasing polarization between East and West, coupled with lingering frustrations about differences in business practices, I believe it's inevitable there will be some decoupling, resulting in changes to global trade flows. And so COVID becomes the catalyst that actually stimulates companies into taking real action on reshoring and nearshoring initiatives, which will reduce dependencies and diversify risks, but will obviously result in shorter supply chains. However, relocating your supply chain is much easier said than done. This is not for the faint-hearted. Today's supply chains have been built up and fine-tuned and developed over a number of years, if not decades. They cannot just be readily untangled, packed up and moved elsewhere. This is a serious undertaking, whether nearshoring or reshoring. It's a project that's likely to be measured in years, not weeks or months. And whilst COVID is the catalyst for companies to take action, COVID-related restrictions will inhibit the process of reconfiguring the supply chain by nature of travel-related limitations and, of course, the restriction on in-person exchanges. Accelerating the process, on the other hand, will be government incentives. The United States, with much fanfare, has announced grants and subsidies and tax relief for American companies that relocate their manufacturing back into the United States of America and create American jobs. It's not just America. Canada, Korea, some European countries have all announced initiatives to encourage the relocation of manufacturing. Japan, for example, has allocated a $2.2 billion fund to help Japanese companies repatriate their manufacturing back into Japan and create local jobs. Now, of course, in these first world economies, there's a concern about the high cost of labor. And this is where I believe we'll see automation come readily into play. Robotics and automation are substantially lower cost now than they were 20 or 30 years ago when we started the offshoring globalization journey. And readily available, economically viable automation solutions will ease the process of reshoring manufacturing back into developed market economies. Now, for nearshoring, the key beneficiaries need to obviously be in close proximity to the final consumption market and have lower cost platforms. So the key contenders for the United States market, for example, would be Mexico as the leading contender, leveraging the North American Free Trade Agreement as well. For European markets, Eastern European countries such as Poland, Turkey, Hungary would be leading contenders as nearshoring platforms. So nearshoring will reduce reliance on Asia in general and China specifically, and we'll see the supply chains being typically much more regionally focused and therefore shorter. They could be configured as made in Latin America for America or made in Eastern Europe for Europe. However, this will in no way result in a mass exodus of manufacturing outside of China, but we will see some diversification across the Asia region. Several reasons for this. First of all, we are now firmly in the Asian century. 1/3 of global GDP is in Asia. We are home to 1.8 billion people in the consuming class. And by the year 2030, Asia will represent 2/3 of the world's middle class. So made in Asia for Asia will remain a very viable supply chain strategy for generations to come. And this will enable companies to capitalize on the huge potential across Asia's emerging economies. At the same time, more and more companies will also be diligently exploring their China Plus options, looking for additional locations around Asia for sourcing and production of products and components where there is abundant labor that is lower cost than the China labor has become. Different sectors will have a different mobility, if you like. Garments, footwear, sports goods, furniture, their supply chains are relatively mobile or movable, certainly compared to much more complex products and supply chains like high-tech electronics, household goods, and automobiles. So the leading contenders around the Asia region, they vary by industry segment. But Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, Cambodia, these are all contenders for post-pandemic divergence of production activities that can leverage their low-cost labor markets. However, none of these alternatives can match the huge extent of China's resources. China remains the clear leader in both scale and scope, leveraging its massive infrastructure investments over the last 20 years and its huge workforce. And for that very reason, many supply chains will remain in China, or at least remain China-centric. And that includes all the multinational companies who are selling into China's enormous domestic market, whether they are targeting the consumer or the industrial segments. Such companies will retain within China all their manufacturing, sourcing, and assembly activities for goods destined for sale in the domestic China market in the supply chain strategy that is now known as in China, for China. So in summary, the consequences of COVID-19 will result in a step change for global trade as we know it, spelling the end of 30 years of globalization. Post-pandemic, the next normal will see some radical reconfiguration of global supply chains, adopting a much more regional and localized approach. Evolving through to year 2025, we can expect to see widespread deployment of shorter supply chains that increase control, increase responsiveness, and increase resilience, whilst also reducing lead times, reducing transport costs, and reducing emissions, and helping to mitigate risk. And so in times of such great uncertainty, it is best to be prepared. Companies should be planning for the worst, hoping for the best, and always expect the unexpected.
Well, thanks, Mark. Next up, we have Bahadur, who is the Special Cargo Manager at Turkish Airlines. He was with us in Macau last year as well, and I couldn't miss out on the opportunity for him to speak again. He is heavily involved with pharma and perishables, based out of Istanbul. And let me tell you very quickly that earlier this year, I had a shipment of a 5-ton masks move out of China, and it was stuck in Istanbul with a 10-day booking that Turkish had.
Don't say that, Melvin. Don't say that.
and Bahadur actually got on the button and had that move 10 days in advance.
Yeah,
before the booking. So that saved my day. The reason I have to say this is so if anybody wants, has anything with the Turkish, the man to reach. Yeah. But Bahadur, take it away. Go ahead. And I know we're short on time, but I hope you can keep it down to 4 to 5 minutes. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Melvin. Thanks a lot for the lovely words. Hi, everyone. Hi, Melvin. My name is again Bahadur Büyükkaymaz. I am based in Istanbul. I've been with Turkish Airline Cargo for almost 10 years. I work as a special cargo, pharmaceutical, life science, healthcare, as well as perishable product manager. I deal with a lot of quality issues, training, EU GDP guidelines, and so on. And I hope everyone is safe and healthy. That's the most important thing. I would like to take a couple of minutes to speak about COVID-19 vaccine preparations and some essential guidelines, requirements to consider. And since the vaccine will be coming up very soon, at the end of this year, most probably Q1 2021. And first of all, we have a task force working in Istanbul, like everyone else in the market. And our task force, I am a part of that task force as well. We've been working on some key requirements, some preparation issues for 2-3 months. And first, number one is temperature requirements. And most of you might be familiar with there are 2 temperature requirements that have been talking in the market, minus 70 and 2 to 8 degrees. And there are 2 pharma companies well known in the market. One is Pfizer Biotech, and they require minus 70 degrees deep frozen. And the other one is Sinovac, one Chinese company. And our company, as well as our government, has a mutual agreement with Chinese Sinovac pharma company as well. We already shipped some vaccines into Turkey with active containers. Temperature set point was 5 degrees. And I think a couple of weeks ago, we shipped 7 RAP, like PMC size containers into Sao Paulo as well from Beijing. So it already started moving around in the world. And second one is again, active containers will be preferred because vaccines are really valuable, and it's really important. It's a life-saving product, and pharma companies might prefer some hybrid solutions as well, some passive packaging solutions. But I think they will go for some active containers, enviratainers, C-safe, Dokash, and some other hybrid solutions. And number 3 is, I think it's very important for you guys as well, aircraft capacity and demand as well. And in COVID-19 pandemic era, most of the airlines had to ground their aircraft as well due to no passenger. So there is limited capacity in the air cargo industry. There is less capacity, but more value. For example, as Turkish Airline Cargo, we have grown up more than 45% in pharma market. We moved a lot of, you mentioned as well, masks, personal protective equipment, some gloves, medicine, vaccines. So it was a good year for Turkish Cargo as well. But I think the capacity will be a big concern as well. And next one is, of course, security. And we have to protect the vaccines very properly. It's very valuable. There are a lot of people around the world waiting for real cure, treatment, and vaccine. It's a high risk and probability that there might be some theft, tamper in tarmac, in the airport as well. So security is another big issue. Please keep that in mind. And last year we were certified by TAPA as well. So we are a highly secured airline too. We take it seriously. And next one is, of course, facilities, infrastructure. In order to store those goods, you need to have at least minus 20 freezers at some critical destinations and origin stations as well as 2 to 8 cold rooms. And not every single airport has enough and well-designed cold rooms. But in Istanbul, we open up one new cold room, which is 1,000 square meters, which is capable of holding 2 to 8 degrees. And the next one is, of course, track and trace. It's really crucial for freight forwarders. You want to type in your aerial number, and you need to know where it is and where we keep the shipments. And next one is trained, well-qualified personnel. And it's really, again, essential for pharmaceutical, healthcare products. People need to know why it is really important. There are people waiting for that medicine in the hospital. So that's why we continuously train our staff, even in the pandemic era. We encourage our people to get the online training, and we completed very well. And we have our pharma support team working around the clock, 7/24 at the desk, as well as in the warehouse. This is another key area for pharmaceutical products, and they need to keep an eye on each COVID-19 vaccines, because they must fly as booked, so they shouldn't be offloaded. So our pharma care team, support team, will keep each shipment. And that's about it. These are the really important and crucial key areas that we have to consider for COVID-19 vaccines. And again, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can drop me an email. I don't think we have enough time. It's already been 1 hour. Please do not hesitate to contact me. I will share my email address and contact details. Please enjoy the rest of the show. Have a healthy day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bahadur. We truly appreciate this. And I'm sure you have a good audience here listening in, and they would want to get in touch with you at some stage. So we will share, if any of you have any questions for him, get in touch with us and we'd be happy to share his contacts. Please hound him. He's a great guy. If you have to have your shipments moving, just reach out. All right. Moving on to our social media post and win contest. We earlier had shared some posts, created some posts for you guys to share on your social media pages, and we had some of you share them. And so we are going to do a quick raffle, a Rolex-styled raffle, and to determine the winner, they win a sponsorship opportunity at our next conference in Bangkok, and they would sponsor our cocktail. So let's have that raffle now. Okay, so I think we have K. Prasad from Hermes in Bombay, in India. So they are going to be our official sunset cocktail sponsor in Bangkok. Talking of cocktails and Bangkok, I think we could all use a little bit of that. So hopefully we'll get to it sooner than later. All right. Now, if I can just move on to the last section, rounding off with an after movie. This is something that I'm sure some of you have already seen, but I'd like to show it to our newer members and some of our observers here. So here it is. All right. So that concludes our opening session for today. I wish you all the very best for your one-to-one meetings. And if you haven't downloaded our scheduler app, please do it right now and get the scheduling going. There are over 85 delegates waiting for you inside. I also want to thank all the observers that turned up here. I know it's very late in the night for some of you and early in the morning for others. Thank you all. But before you go away, I'd like to ask you for some feedback on today's virtual meeting and your thoughts on hosting maybe a smaller conference in Dubai. Dubai is a relatively safe place with all the protocols in place and safety measures. So if you feel like we should do a conference in the short, medium term perhaps in Dubai, just let us know so we can plan that as well. So I'll leave you to the survey now. And I also want to say that, once the session is done, I will hang around for 15 to 20 minutes. So if you'd have any questions or any other concerns about the one-to-one meeting scheduler, we are here. Especially our team has asked me to mention that they will be around on WhatsApp or on a call to sort out any pending issues with your schedulers. So yeah, hang around, grab a beer, and let's have a chat. Hi, Sue, how are you? Hi, Deirdre. Can we have everybody unmuted now that the session is done? Okay, great.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Hi, Marvin. Good to know you.
Good to have you with us. Welcome to the network.
Very well organized. You did very well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hope to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's. We are on the scheduling app. I'd love to have a chat with you over Skype or any other platform. So I know that some of you probably have restrictions with Skype. Skype is our primary platform that we are sort of asking you all to download and use. But if you have any restrictions on Skype, I've had some of you come and say that Skype doesn't work, or the company level it's blocked. So maybe you can use another platform, but you just need to inform your partner well in advance, because they are probably prepared with Skype. So that's something that you would have to individually sort of reach out to your partners and clarify for your meetings tomorrow and the day after.
No problem. Skype should be good.
Okay.
Hey, Melvin, it was very well organized, I must say.
Thanks, Ashish. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
There's a lot
good job,
gone
Melvin.
in with the team. Chris, Nils, and the entire team, Eunice, Vince, CJ, I mean, they've all put in a lot of work behind it. So I'm just the face of all the good work.
Obviously, you're as good as your people, as your team.
They needed a pretty face behind all that work, so I volunteered.
Well, it could have been prettier.
Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Nice seeing you after so long.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, I'll take your leave now, Melvin. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for
My
participating.
colleague is attending the conference, so feel free to connect with him. Faisal is there.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Again,
Melvin. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. See you around. Good night. If any of you have any scheduling issues, please bring it to the notice of the team. They're still online now, and they are also available on WhatsApp. Actually, they prefer that you reach them over WhatsApp, or you can just send us a message on the screen here, and then we'll probably get in touch with you. They're just flashing the screen now on your program screen. You can see the contacts of Vince, CJ, and Eunice. Maybe you want to take a quick picture of that on your phone, so in case you have over the next couple of days with your one-to-one meetings, please reach out to them and they'd be happy to sort it out.
All right.
Hi, Melvin.
Hi.
Melvin, this is Deepak here from Transworld US office. Thanks for hosting us today. It's our first interaction with the entire network team. Though our other offices in the Indian and the Middle East subcontinent were already part of this group, we have recently become a member. My director, Viren, had interacted with you, and that was his video in the beginning of the session.
Right.
And we are excited and very much look forward to interact with all the network partners in this meet, for the next 2 to 3 days. For us, it is the new thing. As you rightly said, Skype is something which is not allowed for us on a corporate side. We are with MS Teams, with WhatsApp. And today morning, I mean, it's morning here in Houston right now. And today morning, we downloaded your app, Face to Face. It's a fantastic app, really impressive. And we are going to make use of it to interact with our partners today, tomorrow, and the after tomorrow.
Thanks, Deepak. Welcome to the family. Good to have you with us. Transworld is an important contributor and like a great partner for us. They came on board from Dubai, and now we have 4 or 5 of your offices registered. Hari is a friend, and very quickly we have gotten into a good partnership, and I'm glad to see that we're able to create value for you. And good luck over the next couple of days. If you need anything, please reach out to us. Francisco, how are you?
Yes.
How are you? Good to see you.
How are you? Yeah.
Good. How is everything in Portugal? What's new?
Oh, very bad problems with COVID. That's okay. Today is a bank holiday in Portugal. It's a national holiday. Right. But business-wise, we as concerning the spend, we suffer not so much because our air freight departments is increased too much.
Right.
It's increased too much, and so we compare with ocean freight is down. Right. And but we keep some. We are doing also 3PL systems, and so we still have. We don't care. We cannot claim for this year.
Right. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Hi, Monica. How are you?
Hi. How are you? I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. We're happy to have you here as an observer. How are things in Peru?
are good. Everything is good. Today is holiday, so quite nice. Yes. But I didn't want to miss the opportunity to say hi and to see all you guys. So
Thanks for joining us. Truly appreciate it. Gervais, how are you? Gervais?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks. Great to see you.
Good to see you, and I'm glad you could make it through your day. I know you're always busy moving around.
Switching, but it's okay. I manage it. I'm not too bad. For old guy, I can manage it right now. Yeah, good.
For those
all the new faces as well, huh? The new members.
Yeah, we've had a rush of new members this year.
That's great.
And that's probably, like I said earlier, it's testimony to the vertical that we're in the food and perishables. It's like really thrust ourselves to the forefront of logistics, and we're now being recognized. So that's great to see. But Gervais, for those of you who don't know, is again a big contributor to the network. He's always passing on leads and sharing whatever best he can. So lovely to have you with us, and I'm glad that you can be here with us today.
Happy to be there as well. Very happy. Yeah. Thank you.
Glad to hear. How are you, Xavier?
I just wanted to say thank you. I think it's been an amazing meeting conference. You guys have done an excellent job, and I just wanted to thank you. And it's been wonderful to see old faces and new faces, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the near future back face to face.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a couple of things. Of course, we have our meeting scheduled in Bangkok for September in 2021. But some of them have been messaging me privately saying that we need something sooner, maybe in Dubai, especially since Dubai is now considered a relatively safer place, and also with good connections in terms of the flights, with Emirates now being able to reach almost 80% of its usual routes. So that opens up a possibility to perhaps host a conference in the medium-term future in Dubai. Naturally, for a small, medium network like ours, it's going to be challenging to get the numbers, but perhaps if we did that together with TFS again, like we did the last year, I don't know what Christian and Nils have in mind, but if the TFS goes to Dubai, then we would love to again be there. So let's see what the poll has also said. I know that you have all voted, and we see what people have to say about Dubai being a potential venue.
Wonderful. Thanks again.
Thanks. Prasad, how are you?
Hi, Melvin. Doing good. All well. How about you?
Yeah, good. Congratulations on the cocktail win.
Yeah, thanks. I think.
Now we will be on cocktails in Bangkok, so yeah.
Melvin. Melvin, Xavier here.
Hi, Xavier. How are you? Good to see you.
Very well, thank you, and congratulations. Love the format and how spread all the members are. I think it's there is no planet B, so we're on the same one.
Right.
And it's this new virtual way of communicating, I think, is awesome.
Yeah.
Traveling is great. Looking forward to Dubai or Bangkok, but we don't have to today, which is good. Yeah. Especially the long flights. But sure. Yeah, I think on that perishable or cargo is under the spotlight, and cargo come to you. And I think the people won't need to travel anymore the way they have. And right. I think this is what's going to be changed. And you see the e-commerce is booming to a level, it's amazing. And I think it's good for our planet to kind of reset and find ways to move more with the sustainability side of the whole thing. And I think there is a lot of room there to work as a as an association. It's very important, you know, this COVID, I think, is a blessing. The world needs to change the way it's moving, and food is as important, is more important than ever, especially the fresh. Right. And that's where, you know, the logistics supply chain is key. Hello? And we've demonstrated it's still moving. So it's all great. So looking forward to catch up, Melvin.
Absolutely, Xavier. Thanks for your insight. I mean, I agree with you. It's sort of like a blessing in disguise. It's kind of made us rethink our priorities. I want to just say quickly a hello to Eliana. She's our new member from Mexico. Eliana, how are you?
Hi, Melvin. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you. A lot has changed since we last met in Berlin.
Yes, because in Berlin we are our first meeting. We enjoyed the fair, but we are not aware about the coming problems for the COVID. So now we are happy to be a part of the network. We are learning about all the members, and we are happy to say hello, and we are available for something that you need from Mexico. As you know, we are in Cancun. Cancun was a place to be affected a lot because we are working of a lot of tourism, and now we are recovered some flights, but we, thanks God, we are happy to work in another airports like Mexico City, Guadalajara. So, well, we are happy and hello again.
Great. I just want to quickly also say hello to my father. He's also here. We are not very far away from each other. We're in the same building, but in a different house. So it's also good to have him here with us. Hi, Dad. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
You know, I'm fine. Yeah, we were together in the office in the morning, and I was there in the last year kickoff meeting, and I know some of you met some of you there, had discussion, and someone or the new ones. Hello, I'm Xavier George from Golden Cargo Services, Dubai. Yeah, keep meeting you sometime, somewhere.
We'll definitely catch up. Yes. Hi, Fareed. I just wanted to say hi to you.
Hi, Melvin.
He's an observer here and also a member in our sister networks. How are you doing, Fareed?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great, and it is nice to meet you. And thank you very much for the very, very, very excellent performance. And I would like to thank you. The behind-the-scenes people, I don't want to name them. There are a couple of people who has done a lot, and I really appreciate them for what they have done. Great. And I wish you best of luck to each and every member in the network. And I believe that we have to consider instead of B2B, one-to-one, H2H. H2H means human to human.
Right.
So COVID has given us a lot of lessons in compare with the negative impacts. So we have taken a good lessons, and I can see also the brand of Kian on top of your Xavier wall. Kian means flag, right?
Kian is actually the name of my son. So in his house, we were all living together up until earlier this year. So that is a room that was my son's room, and that's why he has Kian next to him.
This room is dedicated to my grandson.
Excellent, lovely, Xavier. Actually, Kian in the ancient Persian is so-called flag. When you go to the battle, you have the flag, and the flag is very important, you know.
Right.
Flag is your everything. So congratulations to you, to your son, and to your grandson.
Thank you so much. Yes, Brian.
And thank you very much for the time, and very, very happy and pleasant to meet all of you.
Absolutely, Farid. Thanks for joining us. Truly appreciate it. Brian, if I can just quickly say hello to you. You're on mute. You may want to unmute yourself. Like somebody said earlier, this is probably the #1 used phrase this year. Can you unmute yourself?
It is the #1 phrase, and you just caught me.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Okay. Brian, maybe you can just quickly introduce yourself. I don't think we've met.
No, we haven't. I'm supporting here my colleague Kevin Brady, who you know very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Work for the Woodland Group, or I'm a director of Woodland Global, and I'm very much involved in the reefer business, specifically craft beer out of USA, fish and seafood from various parts of the world, including West Coast US. And as Kevin says, we're a company of some food and beverage division. And I'd be very happy to link up with anybody that has an interest in moving these products around the world.
Absolutely. No, it was great to meet some of you guys in Dublin last year for the TPG.
Right.
So I was there and I got a chance to even interact with Bob, and we have been speaking over the last year about you guys coming on board, and finally it's good to have you guys here with us, and I'm glad that you were able to catch the conference, and I wish you all the well over the next couple of days for your meetings.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else has anything you want to say or to add?
Hi, Melvin. My name is Noe Rodriguez.
Hi.
Here in Houston, Texas.
Good to see you.
TLSS.
Okay.
And I came to the meeting late. I apologize for that. So I'm sure after hearing all the other guests that you had a wonderful meeting with everyone. And I hope that next time that you have another gathering that I will be at the front of the line next time and not at the back of the line. But
Absolutely.
I've been doing logistics for over 3 decades, and I've been with TLSS, and I'm in my 5th year and doing sales mainly. And so I just wanted to introduce myself here in Houston, Texas. And anyone that needs any rates or anything for air exports or ocean exports or whatever, we're here to accommodate Deepak and myself. And just glad to meet the entire group that's still left on the monitor.
Absolutely,
So,
it's good to have you with us. You know, Ritesh is also a friend of mine in Dubai, and so really, I'm glad to see the Transworld Group come into us and believe in us by registering their multiple offices. It shows faith, and we appreciate that. And good luck with the networking.
thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Hasta luego. Till next time.
absolutely.
Melvin, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Vijay. How are you? Good to have you
Fine,
with
thank
us.
you. Yeah, greetings from
Good to see you
Mexico.
here. What time is it there?
It's 9:50 in the morning.
Not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. We are on the best part of the world for this meeting.
Yeah.
Fresh with the coffee. And
Yeah.
congratulations. Everything is really good. We were, anyway, as Xavier was telling, like, you know, we're really expecting something else, but yeah, stunned by everything, the organization that you put in this. Thank you so much. And, you know, also for the rest of the members, this is Vijay from Able Freight Mexico. We have been here for 13 years. As Xavier, my colleague in LA, he informed that our office, main office is in Los Angeles. So we are actually in this field for like 28 years already. So anything you need from Mexico, Guadalajara, we cover 2 stations here. We'll be available and glad to help with the perishables, because we are specialized only in perishables air exports out of Mexico.
Well,
And
good to
thanks,
have you.
Melvin. Thanks for your opportunity.
Absolutely, Vijay. It's good to have you with us, and I'm so glad that you guys are finally on board. I can't wait, honestly, to have a real physical conference. But until then, you know, this is sort of like the new norm, and we're also contemplating on whether we should do this perhaps once every 4 months or something of this nature until the world gets better. So we have to see how this one turns out and what kind of value we're able to create over the next couple of days. And we'll take it from there. And that's why the feedback and the survey form as well. I see Carla here from Stacks. Carla, would you like to say something? Carla Stacks.
Yes, hello. I'm part of United International Transport with my colleague Iliana.
Hi, good to see you.
Thank you. That introduced herself a few minutes ago. As she said, we are based in Cancun, Mexico, you know, at the beach, near to the beach, actually. And
nice.
We have services.
So are we invited?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. We have services as well in Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Merida. We can manage perishables, general cargo, live animals. We are certificate in IPATA as well. And well, we are glad to be here and be part of the family.
Absolutely.
And good day to all.
Absolutely. Good day to you as well. And happy networking over the next couple of days.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to say something? Ale, I know that she sent me a message saying that we should have had the names pinned together with the countries, and that was a good comment and observation, but I didn't catch it in time. I actually was trying to go through the agenda, and in that I missed your message, but as I scroll back now, I see that you suggested
no problem.
That we do that.
Just one question, Melvin, about the participation of the one-to-one meetings. I'm not sure I'm involved on this.
So the one-to-one meetings
are just for the members, right?
Yeah, it's for the members, but
good.
And it's also, you know, yeah, we can talk offline and see what we can do, because also it's a kind of short notice now to have it going, and also make sure that the other schedules are
Don't
not
worry.
disturbed.
Just one question. If you can after just write to me the application, the APP, just for me to check and download and see the features as soon as you can, okay?
Yeah,
we will certainly in Brazil be part of the network, as I told you when we spoke.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we will be together soon personally. And anyone who needs anything from here in Brazil, please just count on us, take us under consideration. And I'm also taking notes of everyone, as we are very, very seeking new agents in all around. Basically, Portugal is one of the origins that we are seeking for help, and I've got the contacts, okay? And as well as from Asia, a lot of places, and the Middle East as well. So I'll be very, very glad if we can exchange information from the guys and see if we can generate mutual business. There's a lot of business to be done this year.
Absolutely. We'd be happy to have you on board when you decide.
Thank you.
And we'd also be happy to connect you to our members. We have a member in Portugal already, and also in across Asia. So I think Vince is on this call, and maybe he can get to you even as soon as after this call, and we can see what we can do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting me to participate of this panel.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Please, I'm here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Melvin.
Hi.
Hi.
Go on.
Yeah, can I just say something before I go to bed?
Absolutely. It's very late there. Yes, go ahead.
It's going to be midnight now.
Midnight,
So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so my eyes is drooping off now.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Yeah, greetings from Malaysia. You know,
Absolutely.
we just joined a couple of months ago. And if any of the members who wish to have any shipment to Malaysia or from Malaysia, let me know. You know, my company is also more than 20 years old already.
Welcome. Welcome to the network, and I'm sure you will create some value over the next couple of days. I know that you know, virtual meetings cannot replace physical meetings, and naturally that's when you will start to see real value. But Like I mentioned, this is the new reality, and we have to do our best within what we have. So virtual it is. Virtual it is.
All right. All the best, and hope to see you around.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Anyone else would like to say something before we go away? Yeah, Ella, go ahead.
I would like to thank you for inviting us to participate on this conference and congratulate you and your team for the very good work that you have done today. For us, it was an opportunity to meet most of the members and to be much more easy for us to make a decision if we're going to join you or not. But based on how well this conference has been organized, I think you're going to see me again next year. So once again, thank you for everything. Nice seeing you all the people that I know. Nice seeing George and Kevin, and hope to meet you, the rest of you as well, the next year.
Thanks, Ella. Truly appreciate you being here. It's good to see some of the observers, and some of them are my close friends as well, and Ella is one of them. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, and very good job to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I
Hello?
see Mark from, yeah, go ahead. Who's that?
Marcelo from Brazil.
Hi, Marcelo. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So here is a good time now. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Right. Nice.
And I
Marcelo
just
from
want to-
Brazil. Which company again?
My company's name is Follow Advisors. A new company has 1 year.
Okay.
And we're working with regulatory affairs in Brazil. And also we start supply chain and it's cold chain consulting, because we notice in the market here, there are a lot of solutions to apply in the supply chain. However, there is a gap between what the final customer needs and the end customer has demand, and what kind of tools the company can use to proceed with the cold chain with high accuracy and reliable. So in order to pick all this information, all the device, all the solution, we identify a gap that we should to do a kind of customization for each kind of part of this supply chain to get the right path to be more proactive and get the financial results in the whole process, because nobody wants to lose or scrap materials and need to reduce time. So our company here in Brazil is a intersection service to put all the things together and support the customer to use all the tools in the best way possible. So that's the job we have here.
Hey, good to hear. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we can have a chat once we're done with this and see how you're placed, and maybe, yeah, it'd be good
Today
to
is
learn more.
holiday in Brazil, just for information, and I would like to say thank you for this invitation. I never met the cold chain connect before, and I'm proud to be here, and it's very nice, and the whole content is very, very good. Very good.
Happy to have you. Happy to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else would like to say something before we go away?
That's all. Good night.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for a drink and my dinner, so I see a message from Mohsin in Pakistan on the chat. I don't know if he's here and would like to say something, or anybody else. Sam, my colleague in the office.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sam. I'm from Golden Cargo, Dubai. I'm a colleague of Melvin, and my boss, Mr. Xavier George, is also here. I know some of you guys. I met some of you guys back in Macau last year. Unfortunately, we couldn't meet this year. And expecting a good meeting, face-to-face meeting with a couple of you guys. And that's it. Anyway, congratulations, CCC. You are doing a great job. The meeting is wonderful. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thanks. Appreciate it. I see Siddharth. Would you like to say something? before we go away?
Hi, Melvin.
Hi.
I'm Siddharth from Transworld, Hari's colleague. And yeah, so I think very well organized, very interesting to have a conference virtually. And I'm really looking forward to the calls ahead.
Fantastic.
Great.
So
All the
Siddharth, are
best.
you from the Dubai office?
Yes, from Dubai office. Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So we're in the same city. We can always catch up sometime.
For sure.
Hari has promised to come over to our office. So
for sure, Melvin, for sure, I'll be dropping in. In fact, I'm ready to join with you for a drink if it's okay with you. Today
come
itself.
over.
Sure.
I was hoping no one on the chat would catch me, but now that you're in Dubai, I have to invite you.
Sure. Actually, great, well organized, Melvin. Great to see like all our members online and previous. A lot of the friends whom we met back in Macau. Great to see them all back, and let's make it successful once again. And thank you for the great evening. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hari has been instrumental in making
Inshallah.
sure that the Transworld group from with their different offices came on board. And naturally, he saw value in Dubai, and that's how he decided to register, what is it now, Qatar, USA,
Saudi,
Oman. Yeah.
Saudi.
So, yeah, and they come on board separately from each office. And now I think they're also looking at Sri Lanka. So it's fantastic.
True. Thank you, Melvin. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, I think then we can all say a goodbye. And did I hear someone? Thank you. Thank you very much, Eunice and Vince. Can we now take leave? With your permission, Chris?
Yes, Melvin.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for joining us again, and see you all over the next couple of days.
See you all. Thank you.
Take care. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night and good morning. Bye.